Starting on my left with 1, your number comes up, you go.
Just so you know, Jeff, you were not creating 6 different timelines.
Of course I am, Abed.
Parallel universes are having their pop culture moment.
Across the multiverse, I've seen thousands of Evelyns.
Multiplexes are swamped with multiverses, taking what was once a fringe science fiction concept and pushing it into the mainstream.
What do you know about the multiverse?
The fundamental building block of what a character is their choice. And with time travel movies, the idea was, what if we could go back and change that choice and see what happens? Well, multiverse stories are that next evolution. What if the next universe over is the one that I stayed with my high school girlfriend and we got married and had kids, and I have this whole other life that stems from that?
In almost all multiverse fiction, the idea is that every decision we make splits the universe off into separate paths, creating alternate versions of ourselves and our life story. It's a tantalising concept that allows us to consider the path not taken. But it's also useful for big studios who can use the concept to breathe new life into old versions of its franchises.
I don't want to brag, but I will. I was in the Avengers. The Avengers?
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. What is that? Is that a band? Are you in a band?
The way the multiverse is bringing back original characters in new ways is really feeding on our need for nostalgia. Hollywood always loves nostalgia.
While the concept may feel new, Hollywood's been trying its hand at split timelines for decades. In romantic comedies like Sliding Doors,
I had just caught that train.
and even as far back as the 1940s.
Why am I seeing all these strange things?
You've been given a great gift, George. A chance to see what the world would be like without you.
There is definitely something about the current state of the world that is allowing audiences to engage with the concept of the multiverse. Audiences love the idea of there being an infinite amount of alternative realities and alternative versions of ourselves.
And while this may all sound like fantasy wish fulfillment, the idea of multiple universes is widely accepted in the scientific community. It's just a question of how it works.
It is a very hot topic in physics, but it's fair to say the multiverse is almost inevitable. It's a concept that naturally arises from some of our most cherished foundational theories, from quantum mechanics to the formation of the universe itself.
One thing physicists do agree on is that travelling between universes is probably impossible.
At this point, we're trying to see maybe there are hints of colliding universes between the multiverse in the afterglow of the Big Bang. This is literally something that's being searched for right now, but these are very tentative signs and will certainly be very difficult to ever confirm.
While scientists continue to search for the truth, the basic concept is a goldmine for screenwriters.
It's finally been tuned down to something that everybody can understand and get now, like so much so that we've got a movie out this weekend that literally has multiverse in the title and no one needed to have it explained to them.
I mean, this really excites me because it's this multiverse concept is something that is kind of, it's a concept that as First Nations people it's quite common, or it's something that we can relate to because it's something that it's been in our storytelling for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, it's in our song lines, it's in our creation stories. An individual having the ability to move through different worlds, to bend time, to teleport from the pre-existing world to the now into the future.
So that's part of dream time, is it?
That's the dreaming, but when I say dreaming, that's our reality. It's not a dreaming as such as in terms of that happened, eons ago. It's something that is part of our creations, and the stories are in those formations of the environment. But it's something that, like the magic and mysticism or mythology, it's not mythology at all. It's something that we believe to be true.
Wow. So does that mean that somewhere in another universe, Hamish and I are now hosting a breakfast TV show?
Lisa, I think that could be true. And in First Nations storytelling, in fact, it is
already
true.
exists. Yeah.